Hello, I'm Mercedes Guhl, and I'm a translator from English into Spanish. I translate mostly children's and young adult fiction. I'm going to read from this new edition of Canterville's Ghost by Oscar Wilde that I translated quite a while ago, and this one is a new edition from 2019. It was printed by Panamericana Editorial, a Colombian publishing house. And as you can see, my name is on the cover. I'm going to read first the original. I think there's no point in telling you what happens in the book, as I'm sure most people have read it or know about it. I'm going to read an extract where you can see the first appearance of the ghost to Mr. Hiram B. Otis, the United States minister who has just bought Canterville Chase for his family. Mr. Otis was awakened by a curious noise in the corridor outside his room. It sounded like the clank of metal, and it seemed to be coming nearer every moment. He got up at once, struck a match, and looked at the time. It was exactly 1 o'clock. He was quite calm and felt his pulse, which was not at all feverish. The strange noise still continued, and with it he heard distinctly the sound of footsteps. He put on his slippers and took a small oblong vial out of his dressing case and opened the door. Right in front of him, he saw, in the wan moonlight, an old man of terrible aspect. His eyes were as red as burning coals. Long gray hair fell over his shoulder in matted coils. His garments, which were of antique cut, were soiled and ragged, and from his wrists and ankles hung heavy manacles and rusty gyves. "My dear sir," said Mr. Otis, "I really must insist on your oiling those chains, and have brought you for that purpose a small bottle of the Tammany Rising Sun Lubricator. It is said to be completely efficacious upon one application, and there are several testimonials to that effect on the wrapper from some of our most eminent native divines. I shall leave it here for you by the bedroom candles, and will be happy to supply you with more should you require it." With these words, the United States minister laid the bottle down on the marble table, and closing his door, retired to rest. For a moment, the Canterville ghost stood quite motionless in natural indignation. Then, dashing the bottle violently upon the polished floor, he fled down the corridor, uttering hollow groans and emitting a ghastly green light. Just, however, as he reached the top of the great oak staircase, a door was flung open. 2 little white-robed figures appeared, and a large pillow whisked past his head. There was evidently no time to be lost, so hastily adopting the 4th dimension of space as a means of escape, he vanished through the wainscoting, and the house became quite quiet. And now, my Spanish version of it. Mr. Otis se despertó por un ruido raro en el comedor, justo frente a su cuarto. Sonaba como golpes metálicos y parecía acercarse más a cada momento. Se levantó, encendió un fósforo y miró la hora. Era la 1 en punto. Estaba tranquilo y se tomó el pulso, pero no estaba alterado. El extraño ruido continuaba, y con él oyó el sonido inconfundible de pisadas. Se puso las pantuflas, sacó un frasquito ovalado de su armario y abrió la puerta. Justo frente a él, bajo la pálida luz de la luna, vio a un hombre viejo de aspecto terrible. Sus ojos eran como carbones ardientes. El largo cabello gris le caía sobre los hombros en rizos enmarañados. Sus ropas de corte antiguo estaban manchadas y desgarradas, y de las muñecas y los tobillos le colgaban pesadas esposas y grillos oxidados. Mi estimado señor, dijo Mr. Otis, de veras insisto en que aceite esas cadenas, y para eso le traje esta botellita de lubricante Sol Naciente Tammany. Dicen que es totalmente eficaz después de una aplicación, y en la etiqueta hay varios testimonios de nuestros clérigos más eminentes que lo confirman. Se lo dejo aquí, junto a los candelabros, y será un placer conseguirle más si lo necesita. Con estas palabras, el ministro de los Estados Unidos dejó la botella sobre una mesa de mármol y cerrando la puerta se retiró a descansar. Por un momento, el fantasma de Canterville se quedó inmóvil de indignación. Después, con violencia, arrojó la botella contra el piso lustrado y huyó por el corredor profiriendo gemidos cavernosos y emitiendo una luz verde espectral. Sin embargo, cuando apenas había alcanzado el extremo superior de la gran escalera de roble, una puerta se abrió. Aparecieron dos figuritas vestidas de blanco y una gran almohada pasó rozando su cabeza. Como evidentemente no había tiempo que perder, adoptó con rapidez la cuarta dimensión del espacio como medio de escape, se desvaneció a través de la pared y la casa quedó en calma.